Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the controls in X Rebirth. And just like our older games, of course, X Rebirth can be controlled with the mouse, in which case I have a mouse cursor and I have a direct steering mode, which I can activate with the space bar, and I have icons that I can click on, and I can hold down the left mouse button to steer, and so on. I'm going to talk about that mode a little bit separately, but what I'm going to talk about first is that the game is also completely controllable with a gamepad. So this mode is definitely, well, it's designed for people who used to play other action games, so it should be really easy for you to learn if you've never played any of the X games before. You have the two thumbsticks, which are by default the right one for your steering and the left one for strafing. So your ship can strafe quite significantly. It's pretty strong strafe drive, and yeah, you can use by using both sticks together, you can steer very freely. This is a pretty powerful way to control your ship. The left analog trigger, this one, is for your speed. So if you hold down this trigger, your ship accelerates to the maximum forward speed. You can see this at the bottom with this instrument here. Now I'm flying with the maximum normal speed. Now there's also a boost drive, which is limited and which also changes my ship's steering behavior, but you can activate it by pushing down the left thumbstick. So then my ship gets significantly faster, as you can see. Oop, I'm braking again. This is not to be confused with the highway. Coincidentally, there is a highway above me here, but that's a different thing, and I'm going to talk about highways in a separate video. Now let's boost a little bit back here and brake again. So there are, of course, weapons in our game, not very surprisingly, and you can fire normally your primary weapon with the right trigger button, the analog trigger button here. Currently I'm using a shotgun-like weapon which has a little bit of a spread, and therefore it's very easy to target with this one. There are other weapons which will not all be available at the beginning of the game, of course, but which you can upgrade later during the game, during the plot, and or buy upgrades on stations. But with this weapon, as you can see, it's very easy to target, especially when you have lots of enemies. Oops. Okay, so the primary weapon of your ship can be changed with the digipad up and down. So by steering, by clicking up on the digipad, I'm changing now to a different weapon. Now I have a Gatling gun-like weapon, which is very good, which deals a lot of damage to a specific point. So that's the weapon system.